Today we're going to read the end of our What is the Declaration book. We've been reading this for Founders Month, which is in September. And next week we're going to specifically be talking about the Declaration of Independence. Constitution Day was just this past Thursday. We're going to talk a lot about the Constitution in fifth grade social studies. But this is great getting us into the mindset of talking about the American origin story and our history by talking about the Declaration of Independence. So here is chapter 10 and 11 from the book, What is the Declaration of Independence? What happened to the signers? All the men who wrote their names on the Declaration of Independence knew that they were putting their lives on the line. The simple act of writing their signatures meant that they might be executed. After the witty Benjamin Franklin signed his name, he is reported to have said, "We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately." By this he meant that the signers all had to stick together because if the redcoats caught them, they would each be hung as a traitor. Some of these men did indeed pay with their lives. 5 of the signers were captured and held prisoner by the British during the war. A dozen or more had their houses attacked and burned. Others had their businesses destroyed. The house of Francis Lewis of New York was raided by the British while he was still at the Second Continental Congress in Philadelphia. His wife was taken prisoner and held for several months. Later, she was freed in exchange for the release of British soldiers held by American forces. The war was not a short one. General Washington and his troops defeated the British Army at Yorktown in October 1781. After that, the war was essentially over. But it would take 2 more years before a peace treaty was signed. With victory for the United States of America, the real work was outlined in the Declaration of Independence. Excuse me. With the victory for the United States of America, the real work as outlined in the Declaration of Independence began. Making one nation out of 13 colonies with different needs and interests was not an easy job. For that, another even more important document had to be written, the United States Constitution in 1787. Many of the men who signed the Declaration were eager to serve in the new government. Sam Adams became governor of Massachusetts for more than 3 years. John Hancock was also elected governor of Massachusetts many times between 1780 and 1793, the year he died. Richard Henry Lee was appointed one of the first senators from Virginia after the Constitution was passed. Benjamin Franklin, who played an important role in shaping the Constitution, was appointed the first United States Postmaster General. Others among the signers rose to even higher offices. John Adams served as vice president under the very first president, George Washington. Then in 1796, Adams was elected the second president of the United States. He served for 4 years. He and his wife Abigail moved into the brand new White House in Washington, D.C. in the 1800s. Thomas Jefferson became Secretary of State under President Washington. He lost the presidential election of 1796 to John Adams, but he got enough votes to become vice president. They did not agree on how the government should be run. Jefferson became the 3rd president of the United States in 1801. He served 2 terms. Ironically, both Jefferson and John Adams died on the same day, July 4, 1826, exactly 50 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed by John Hancock. Famous or not, each of the signers are heroes who put their lives on the line and played a part in founding our country. Here are some of the signers that you can see from Connecticut and Delaware, from Georgia and Maryland and Massachusetts. Signers from New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, and Virginia. Chapter 11, the Declaration Today. The Declaration of Independence is one of the most important political documents ever written in all of human history. It has inspired people around the world to demand their freedom in the 240 years since it was written. After it was signed in 1776, the original Declaration of Independence was moved many, many times to different locations. Since 1952, it has been kept at the National Archives building in Washington, D.C., where tourists may see it. The document is very faded, and it has suffered a lot of damage over the years. Even so, you can still read some of the names of the people who signed the Declaration, especially John Hancock's large signature. Independence Hall in Philadelphia, where the Declaration was signed, is a National Park Service site that you can visit. You can sit in the assembly room and imagine what it was like when the founders of our country argued over what the new United States would be like. Unfortunately, the house where Thomas Jefferson rented a room and wrote the Declaration was torn down in 1883. However, based on photos taken in the late 1800s, the National Park Service was able to recreate the building and room in 1975. It is open to visitors. A key to Jefferson's desk is one of the few original items there. Who knows, maybe Jefferson used the key to lock up his drafts of the original Declaration. If so, it is one of the most important keys in the U.S. history. The timeline of the Declaration of Independence is as follows. In 1754, the French and Indian War begins. In 1760, King George III ascends to the throne on October 25th. By 1761, Great Britain imposes the writs of assistance on the colonies. By 1764, the Great Britain Sugar Act taxes the colonies' use of sugar, molasses, wine, lumber, and iron. By 1765, the Stamp Act taxes all paper documents, even playing cards in the colonies. By 1767, the Townshend Acts impose a tax on paint and gas and oil and lead and tea. This causes so many protests that they are later repealed, except for the tax on tea. In 1770, the unarmed colonists are killed by British soldiers in the Boston Massacre. By 1773, Great Britain passes the Tea Act, forcing colonists to buy tea from a British company. Colonists revolt and stage the Boston Tea Party. By 1774, Parliament passes the Intolerable Acts. The colonies protest fiercely. The First Continental Congress meets in Philadelphia. All the colonies except Georgia send delegates. By 1775, the shot heard round the world is fired near Lexington, Massachusetts. The Revolutionary War begins. The Second Continental Congress meets in Philadelphia with all colonies represented. A Continental Army is formed with George Washington as its commander-in-chief. In 1776, the Congress votes to break free of Great Britain. Thomas Jefferson writes the Declaration of Independence, which is adopted on July 4th. 1778, France agrees to send troops and money to the United States of America to help defeat the British and King George III. In 1783, the Revolutionary War officially ends. The United States of America is now an independent country. There is a timeline of the world that I will also read very briefly for you. In 1751, the publication of the encyclopedia begins in France, and it highly influences Enlightenment thinkers. By 1753, Ben Franklin invents the lightning rod in America to protect against electrical charge of lightning bolts. In 1756, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is born in Salzburg, Austria. In 1760, the Industrial Revolution begins in Great Britain. In 1762, Catherine the Great becomes the Empress of Russia. By 1765, James Watt invents the steam engine. In 1769, France's future leader, Napoleon Bonaparte, is born, and Captain James Cook claims New Zealand for Great Britain. In 1774, Louis ascends to the throne in France. Is that Louis XVI? In 1776, Adam Smith publishes the first book of his economic theory called The Wealth of Nations. In 1779, the first iron bridge is built in Shropshire in Great Britain. In 1783, King George III declares the American colonies are free and independent. And finally, in 1787, the U.S. Constitution is written and voted on in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for listening to this read aloud of what is the Declaration of Independence.